All right, welcome back. We got Geoff in the house. Geoff has made the adventure with his E-Type?
E-Type, yeah.
With his E-Type. We're going to go out and take a look at it here in a bit. I don't know if playing with a Jaguar has enticed him to come this way or what's happening, but we're glad to have him. He brought us a piece of wood. He's the guy that did the interior for Jolene's Bugatti, the one that I haven't finished yet, I have to remind you. And we will sometime. We're getting to it. We're working our way to it, but right now we're playing with this one, and Geoff's kind of just in taking a look at it and seeing what he thinks, you know. But basically, the car has been worked on before, and what I'm doing is I'm not going in and tearing anything out that they have done. I'm leaving it, and I'm just kind of repairing that. We're doing the stuff that I want to do, like this stuff. Aiden walled up the gas cover door on it and walled up the marker lights yesterday. We put the sunroof in for the back to make it look like a coupe sort of style going on. We haven't got the doors cut open or anything yet.
Man, you could put 5 of your best friends back there.
Probably. Just kind of.
You know what it was actually from the videos? It's these little bits of dark rust.
Yeah.
That made me think that this had been cut out with a grinder.
Okay,
but
no.
That must be correct.
Yeah.
I don't know my Mark IXs that well, but.
It's for me leaving it outdoors, and it was rusty.
No, just from here it looks like it's rough, but it's not. It looks like it's a factory.
It's a factory thing. We got one over here that's completely rusted, but we'll have to strip it down and weld up some holes before we put it on. But that's the running board or the fender skirt. Spat they call it.
Actually, interestingly, this is called a Deutz fastener, right?
Okay, they screw.
So it would clip back here, fold in here, and then you put these screws in.
Yeah.
But they filled those in too.
Well, they welded it shut over there, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna end up welding this door, cap this door off here on that quarter panel.
You're gonna be able to get at the wheels with the spats in place?
No, we'll have to take them off and on, but I'll make it so it comes off and on.
Okay.
I kind of like the wheel. It kind of like Aiden said yesterday, it kind of looks like an eye.
Yeah.
I like the wheel opening of that. It doesn't look bad. I got this side cleaned up with the stripper wheel.
I was watching it.
And started filling it out to make it into something. Haven't got the doors cut open yet. Haven't got that far, but just to get the rust off it is the job itself. You can see like here's the difference right here.
Yeah.
The roof and where the stripper wheel has not done any work to it. One part was
comes off pretty good though, huh?
It comes off good. It just takes a little bit of elbow grease, but
it looks pretty mean from here.
I like the car, to be honest with you. I really I'm liking it more and more all the time. As I get the door, get this filled out and get this closed off and get the shape of the car, I think it's going to be a very, very sexy looking car. Once we get it down on the ground a little bit. There's lots more work to do to it yet, but I really want to get it filled out and get it in a primer so we can really look and see what it looks like. This is not welded in it yet. I just kind of got it setting there I haven't got the doors opened up yet, so we can just lift it out and get in there if we want to do any work instead of climbing underneath. But it was quite amazing how this fit in.
It's just right.
It
belongs there, right?
Yeah, out of the roof. It just kind of, I square stocked it, like this, just square stock here. And I'll end up pushing that down, welding that all the way along there.
Yeah.
Window will open.
Actually, somebody made mention, if that could lock up there, then it would be a windbreak for the.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I thought that was a cool idea.
I'm going to put a window in there.
Yeah.
I guess. I'm not sure. We got the other Jaguar that we got from Bernie, and I don't know if we're going to. Well. We're gonna kind of tear it apart and take the front end out of it. I'm thinking the front end would be good for this. I don't like.
Is that that's a 6, right? That's an XJ6.
You can tell me more than I can tell you. How's that?
Yeah.
But it's coming. I did this yesterday. Aiden welded up the gas doors and the marker lights in the back. What does this thing have on it for taillights? Do you know? I don't know if
actually, well, these taillights, if I'm not mistaken, were post-war. They were just cast pot metal.
Yeah.
and really, really common. I think they were on MGAs. They were,
okay.
Yeah, you could buy them from anywhere. Moss Motors.
You could buy the taillights for this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I might leave them holes
Moss
in.
Motors.
I was thinking.
And I mean, you can look at some pictures online, but they're elegant. They're not as dramatic as the ones on the Mark II, my car.
I was thinking a small Volkswagen light for some reason. That's what I was thinking, like, but if you can buy them through Moss Motors, we might just buy some taillights for it. Be the simplest thing.
Actually, I just saw a guy had refabricated a Mark II, and the Mark II's got very similar to this as well. Anyways, he's flattened that all out, the whole trunk lid.
Yeah.
He put tiny little signal lights back here, and tiny little brake lights in here. And it looks actually at first I went, ooh, I'm not sure, but then I
like that because
I love it too.
Generally I don't get that on the American cars. You don't get that raised out, so I sort of like that. It was kind of a custom touch.
And there's a beautiful chrome cover with a glass Jaguar plinth, and the light bulb in here for the license plate.
I don't know if I have that stuff or what's going on there yet. Is that something that you could buy?
Yep. Yeah, you can buy all that stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Sheesh. I'm gonna end up spending some money, baby. Shh. So yeah, it's just kind of getting it ground off and getting the rust off it, and then I'm gonna start filling this side out, I guess, like up top, get that filled out. We got the door while it's shut, down along the bottom while it's shut.
It does. It looks really interesting when the door goes away. The back door, like on the other side.
Yeah.
You can't see the rear door, and it makes a big difference.
It's giving it a coupe style. Did they ever make a two-door in this big size?
No.
Perfect. I know they made a wagon because people sent in some pictures and.
Well, they made a wagon out of a Mark II. They made a wagon out of a 150. They made a hearse out of an E-Type.
Wow.
I'm not sure where you put the casket, but
maybe it was for small.
XJS. They've made a no, Jaguar didn't. You know, people over time have made. They call them estate wagons or estates in the UK, and everybody's had to go at them. Yeah. But this was a big car. This is a big hulking car.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. Yeah, I want to get it lower to the ground, like it's the.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that in your video yesterday, and that would make a whole lot of sense.
I would like the roof, top of the roof, to be here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that would be nice if I can get it down lower. Well, I will. It's just a matter of time. That front end of there. You ever had the front end of one of these cars out there?
No.
It's all one section, is it not? Like I can unbolt it.
Probably. It is on my Mark II, and I know a lot of people have taken the front end out of a XJ6, early XJ6s, and bolt them onto a Mark II, Mark I as well. This is slightly different. This is basically my little red car, the 120. This is basically
a large version.
A large version. You've seen the chassis on this thing. You know,
it's
huge.
Put
a tank on it, right?
Yeah. I enjoy that part. I just don't have any of the steering stuff that goes with it.
Isn't it?
I do not.
It's a worm and ball steering box.
Yeah, kind of not. Don't want to go there, sort of.
You know what? Actually, these had power steering because they were just so big.
Yeah.
Were they any good with power steering in 1959? Pass. Probably not. And the faster you went, the faster the motor went, the more it powered the power steering. The more power steering you had, and you don't need power steering when you're booting down the highway at 60, right? So you just kind of float a bit, right?
I understand that part.
There's not a variable feed power steering system.
So the faster you went, the more the power steering pump.
Yeah. So and then in a parking lot, trying to get into a parking spot.
It's not working that great.
Not very. It was tough.
Rev her up $6,000 neutral and.
Yeah. Well, and, these were all automatic.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? So.
I don't know if we're going to use the engine out of that one there. Like, I mean, that engine there is the exact same one that we had, is it not?
Yes.
Basically?
Yeah.
Less horsepower?
I can't, we'd have to have a look at it. Is that a 4.2?
I'm pretty sure. You might be able to tell us more about it.
It might have, it's a later car, so it might have Strombergs. And it might have.
It's fuel injected, I think.
or it may be fuel injected, or it might have all the there's the bumperettes.
Well, there's nothing much there that's like there's not much there that's any good. Like that I'd want to put on the car after I painted it. There might be a piece of stainless that goes on the hood, maybe.
Yeah.
And then, but not much after that. Like it's a good thing I got it. I couldn't see anybody.
Yeah, this is a 6.
I couldn't see anybody wanting to restore it, but
this is probably a 4.2.
It's fuel injected.
And it's fuel injected, so you know what? It probably will have at least the same amount of horsepower as the
other one.
As the other one.
You could take the distributor of that, could you not, and put carburetors on that? Could you not?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like.
Yeah, you just take this whole rail off.
Yeah.
And once this whole mess comes off of there, then
put carburetors
on. You put carburetors on, it looks like an ordinary engine again.
There you go.
Right?
It did start right up. We started it.
I don't know. They don't have the numbers in here anymore.
But basically what we're going to do is we're going to end up pulling the engine out of it and taking the front end out of it, and hopefully I can use it on that car in there.
Well, if not, no harm, no foul. You got the engine out and you got the front end out. This car is probably not worth.
It's not worth. I'm not fixing it.
No.
Nope. It's got a nice interior and stuff in it. Like the seats are nice, and it's not bad. I mean, let's face it. It's got my shifting cable I'll probably need.
It sure does.
Yeah. Got a shifter in it.
Actually, it's got your transmission in it too. These transmissions are almost bulletproof. They're basically GM.
Yeah.
350s, 350 or 400s. So they're almost
basically. I'm gonna actually see if she'll turn over. I know she'll turn over and see if she'll start. But Jolene could have an engine for her car, like right there. It's just kind of she wanted something new. So basically,
well, I mean, you could take it to a guy and have him, run through it and sort through it, take the head off, make sure the cams are all good, blah blah blah, and then
do it.
Paint her up, and there's guys.
I'll put it to you. It could be no worse than the last one.
I'm not going there.
I didn't want to, but. I don't want to. Jeez. I think it'll start. It started before. Unless it's out of fuel. Which is the key for this bad boy. Look at that. Wow, eh? Man, that started hard. That smoke did it when it started up?
Oh, a little bit. But you know what? It's probably got 5-year-old gas in it.
Yeah. It's got good oil pressure.
40, 60?
60.
Nice, huh?
That might be your deal right there.
That's gonna bolt right into your car. Yeah.
Probably what we should do is maybe just take it to, what's his name, in the city there, and get him to go through it.
Well, what you want to do is probably take it to Nova.
Okay.
And I don't know any of the guys at Nova, but Rick, I think is his name. Peter Osborne probably would look at it, but Nova will take it all apart and make sure it's all sorted. But boy, it fired up right nice. There's no clacks, no knocks.
No, it hasn't got
And you know what?
No harm, no foul.
Well, and there's also nothing wrong with fuel injection.
Well, see all that stuff that on the side of that.
Oh, I know. I don't recognize any of it.
Well, basically,
all fuel injection.
Jolene's car needs 2 carburetors, and that's all will fit. Like we're that far away everywhere.
Yeah.
If I had 3 carburetors on, it won't fit.
Yeah.
So it needs 2 carburetors.
Well, you can round up an intake manifold and 2 pair of carburetors.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that that's probably more I think about it, and the more more is going on here, I'm thinking that this is the engine that you probably should use. Like it's right
well,
there.
Well, you know what? The one thing you could do, and I may have been done. Did you guys do a compression test on it?
Well, I haven't done that yet, but I'm gonna.
I mean, before I even pull it out of the car, I do a compression test, and if it looks good,
Well, I want that front end, so it's coming out.
It's coming out anyways.
Yes, it's coming out. I want the front end in it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that the front end and bolts in these. I'm thinking, and we'll see, but we'll see.
It should, honestly, Chad, it'll come out just the way the other one went in. The motor mounts, the transmission mounts.
Okay, it looks like it's got a little different motor mount there.
Well, maybe
but I'm sure that I can bolt the other ones on because it's the same block, is it not?
Yep.
Nothing's changed that way, so.
Yeah, essentially they ran the same block from 48 to 89 or 88 whenever Ford bought Jaguar.
So that's probably.
They started with a 3.4. They went to a 3.8. They made an economical 2.4, which didn't go over very well.
So that is a 4.2?
It did, well, I can't tell, but I'm sure it is a 4.2.
Okay. What's that?
Yeah, it should be a 4.2.
Okay.
Then they also went to the 4.2 wasn't as robust as the 3.8 because they used the exact same block. They used the exact same con rods. They used the exact same crank. They just changed the size of the piston. Right? 2.4s were like this. They got bigger, and then when they got into 4.2, instead of having all these pistons lined up like this, in order to get 6 pistons in that block, they had to stagger them a bit, huh?
Okay.
Which kind of weakened the integrity of the block. Wow. So the next engine after the 4.2, and somebody's going to correct me, I'm sure, was a 3.6.
Okay.
Right, and then they put a lot of 3.6s in the 6-cylinder XJSs. Those are the ones to have.
Well,
yeah.
But
yeah, you take that out, see what you got. No harm, no foul.
I'll take it out and I'll get it looked at.
And what year is that? Do you know?
84.
Boy, look at the doors are good on it.
I think someone wants the back window, do they not? Or someone needs a back window?
Yeah. You know what? You can put an ad in the car club that you're parting. Once you get the engine and the front end out.
I like the gas doors on it. Somebody's got my car. Well, not a car, it's a truck.
Yeah, those gas
warm out,
doors
isn't
are cool. They put those originally on the XJ12s because they need the extra gas.
I want to go and take a look at your car, Jeff.
Oh yeah, come on.
I'm going to go and take a look at your car. That'll motivate me a little bit. Yeah, so right now I'm basically, before Jeff showed up, what I'm doing is I'm grinding off the welds where Aiden welded this all on, just grind them off, flatten them off a little bit. I got this left to grind in the bottom of the door. He welded up the gas door yesterday. He welded up the marker light yesterday. He did actually both of them on both sides. I got this one filled out now. He did weld this one up and he welded that marker light up. He did an excellent job. I didn't have to help him. He made his own patch. He welded them in himself, which was really good. Well, I took the stripper wheel and stripped all the rust off of this up to the front fender. I got a little bit more to do on the front fender and the cowl and the hood. But other than that, it's basically getting filled out so it's looking like something. So wherever the fill is, I've stripped. Wherever it's not done, I have not stripped yet with the wheel. I'm happy that the hood is already done. Basically, it's coming along, and you can really, I don't know if you can get back and take a nice look at the quarter panel with the door shut on it. It really looks, can't tell there was a door there, can you?
No.
It's kind of looking really nice, I think, with the back and the roof and stuff. And it's just going to take me some more time to get it cleaned up.
There's a lot of sweep to it.
Oh yeah, like this is what I really enjoy about the car. I think it's like obviously your car that you have, was it 120, is it?
The 120, yeah.
120 has that, but his is a 2-door and more desirable than a bad Chad weldable Jaguar.
That depends on your audience.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I was saying in one of the videos, like if you get something like this done and you take it to a car show, it gets more attention than
a perfectly restored, Mark IX.
Basically, because people have seen them before. Something like that, it's kind of unfamiliar. and people want to look at it and say whether they like it or whether they don't, basically.
Well, and it doesn't matter. You know, you're going to have people that like it, and you're going to have people that don't
like
like
I said,
it, right?
I said,
and like you look at that 39 Ford that you just sold,
yeah,
and all you could think of was chopping it up.
I didn't
right?
want to cut it up, really.
Huh?
Yeah.
Well, but
Yeah.
every time you looked at it, you wanted to do something
Oh,
to
yeah,
it, right?
that's
and
for
to make it yours, right?
For sure.
Whereas some people think that that's sacrilegious.
Yeah.
But, you know, to each their own, right?
I said to Aiden yesterday, I said, not everybody likes ice cream. He said, I don't like ice cream.
Aiden.
I said, what? He said he didn't like ice cream.
You're
like,
fired.
Not really, but he's too good. Oh, wow. Did you have a fun drive up?
Yeah, it was a great drive. Yeah. I was telling Jolene, it's probably been 2 years since I've really taken a good run at it.
That's one sexy car. It's not as sexy as you, Jolene, but it's one sexy car. How long have you owned this, Jeff?
14 years.
14 years.
15 years.
And it's the right color too, eh?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Is it running along the road good and everything?
Oh yeah, sweet.
You must
I got in behind a truck, and that's where I stayed because it's really easy to get out in front of traffic, and it gets noticed.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So I got in behind a truck and did 65 all the way up here, miles an hour.
Yeah.
So
we got a front end from Bernie, and I'm not sure if the front end is
the bonnet. You got the bonnet.
I guess the bonnet. Yes.
Well,
I have to start speaking in English terms.
This is an early bonnet
Yeah.
because the headlights were covered over. Right?
Yeah.
This is a very early car, but yeah, the headlights are covered over. I think yours is a 60. It's a Series 2, so the headlights are open and slightly different. There were slightly different changes.
I get out of the wind here. Probably the wind's hitting the mic. Take a look at the back of it. Yeah, it's nice. Beautiful. I like how the exhaust comes out, eh? Isn't that cool? How the exhaust comes out the back?
When they went to a V12, there was four square pipes that came out at the back. There's a Triumph.
Yeah, there's another one. What is that, Jeff?
That's a Spitfire.
Spitfire. Probably wonder if we're having an English car show in here today. Them almost look like a 49 Merc taillight almost. Yeah, it's beautiful.
About 68, the American audience, the American Transport Board, looked at these cars and they said, those bumpers are no good. The aluminum fascia on the dashboard was too reflective. The toggle switches could impale you. So they went to...
What's impale mean?
Stick you in the guts. So they put rocker switches in. They put leather covering on the dashboard fascia and the console, and they changed the bumpers to quite a wide girth bumper that it lost a lot of its raw.
They probably just did that to have a little bit of control.
Well, I mean, at the Transport Safety Board, or at TSB, I think it was, started looking at a lot of these things. As a matter of fact, the cat that's on the XJ6 out there,
yeah,
that they outlawed those because they were bolt-on, and if you hit a passenger, they would impale you too. So that's when they came out with the spring-loaded hood ornaments.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, we got this front end, and obviously we've been, me and Jolene, thinking about what we can make with the front end and how we would inquire that on another car, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
That's what we do, Jeff. That's what we do, see? You were thinking a Volkswagen Bug, was you not?
But this is basically the exact same engine that's in your car, right?
A little prettier.
Well.
Yeah.
And this has got the 3 carbs, whereas yours has got the fuel injection a whole bit. The Mark II, the 2 carbs only come out to about here. There's just a short rail in here, right? With the
Jolene did acquire the intake or the exhaust manifolds.
Yeah, the manifolds, the headers.
Yeah.
Actually, they're probably identical to those ones, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at how blue, nice blue they are, eh?
Yeah.
Is that the chassis they call that?
Square stock. Yeah. What do they call it? Bird cage?
Well, birdcage, yeah, but the whole engine is all this framing that's red is just bolted to this cabin, right?
Okay.
And then that frame holds the engine and all the front end stuff, which is black, right? But with about once you disconnect the drive shaft and about 16 bolts, and you could separate these two guys.
For a reason? Okay.
It's my battery.
Okay.
Everybody tells me, you got a wrench there, eh?
Yeah, it's definitely nice and clean, that's for sure.
Well, it's not as clean as it could be.
Well, you just drove it.
Yeah. Well, and I didn't spend much time getting her cleaned up this spring before I hopped in it.
Yeah.
Went for a run.
Very clean. She's not far from back from the firewall, is it? What?
No,
You're
but
not far.
like I told you with the Bugatti, you need to be able to have enough room to get at these nuts, because
Yeah.
this is that oil line that I'd given you,
Yeah.
right? You got to be able to get that nut
Yeah,
out of there.
we had a great excursion with that. Yeah, look at the tie rod ends on that bad boy. Them things are humongi compared to what we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're humongi. The ones we got seem to be goes on the thread really loose. So it has to have a jam nut on it for sure.
Well, yes, and these all have a jam nut, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And this has to have a special tie rod end, because when you lift the car up, the wheels go down so far
Yeah.
that they load the ball joint.
Right.
Yeah. The joint.
Look how tall it should have like the door is so small, eh?
Oh yeah, they weigh nothing, huh?
Yeah. Yes, sir. I love it. Beautiful. Almost looks like the same color as the Oldsmobile, doesn't it? Pretty close. Maybe it's painted Jaguar red.
There was two reds that Jag had, and I can't remember the name of either one of them at the moment. Manual locks for the bonnet.
So you have to push it down and lock it from the inside?
Yeah. Yeah.
I like the little seats in it too, eh?
That's the other thing is the original, these seats, they only lasted for about 4 years. And the Americans, or North Americans with their girth, they didn't like that seat, and it didn't recline, it just went forward and back. So they went with a seat very similar to what's in an MGB. There's just a seat and then a squab.
Yeah.
2 pieces, and it reclines. And,
I would say that's where a lot of hot rods got their seats in.
but these, this is a bucket seat, and
Yeah.
they say that this is not very comfortable for a 6-footer, but I ain't driving this
You're doing
all
fine?
day long,
I would too. I sit in
I
all
got a
day long.
2018 Jeep, and I almost have to get out at Windsor to stretch my legs. But this thing, I can do the lap around the province.
It's pretty low to the ground, eh?
I think it's 49 inches tall.
Pretty low to
Because
the ground. If we can get the one in there 49 inches tall, that'd be great.
I bet you got 49 inches of door.
Probably. Probably. Something else. We didn't get out of this heat. Jolene wants to drive her Fiat this summer, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah,
That's
if I
a
don't
cool
chop the
car.
roof off it first.
I love that car. Can't you?
It's probably the ground again on the distributor. Yeah, well, gee, that makes me motivated to get this done.
spark?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's probably no spark. Yeah, 40, I'm going to measure that. How many, did you say 49 inches? probably 49 inches of door, he says.
Let's see.
Well, the car's probably 40,
That's right.
45 inches tall. So yeah, it'd have to be 4 inches off the ground.
4 inches of ground clearance.
4 inches of ground clearance, and it'd be 40, but basically the same height.
So right off the ground, how are you right now?
How far off the ground? A little over a foot.
I'll go to the top, go to the roof. 57.
Yeah, 57 probably.
Just got to lose 8 inches.
What's that?
Just got to lose 8 inches.
Yeah, we probably could get 8 inches down there.
6,
probably. Yeah. We're gonna do the lowering thing. We'll get lots up in the back is no problem. It's the front that I'm not concerned about. I want to get like I said, the front end of that out of there and put that on there. I think I'll drop it down quite a ways.
Well,
and plus, I like to get all the steering out of that thing. You know what I mean? You get the rack and pinion out of it. You get all the steering mechanism out of it, and we could put power steering in it. We could, well, like, if you're gonna take, I think we should just take the engine out of that, and then we're done. We got an engine. We're not spending big amounts of money. We'll take it, go get it looked at, and then spend big amounts of money. I'm not sure what it would take to go over that engine, what it would cost, but I'm sure it'd be less than what we paid for the other engine.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's all there, if it's solid and you know they're happy with it, right? You know, if you don't have to start replacing a whole bunch of parts.
Yeah.
You know.
Might be the thing to do. And then we'll kill that car to build 2 cars.
Yep.
Like someone said, I ruined one Jaguar, and now I'm going to ruin another one.
Keep the heritage intact.
Sort of, a little bit, but it's going good. It's just a bunch of grinding and a bunch of filling right now to get it where it's at. I do enjoy with the spat off. I enjoy the look of the wheel well on it because not many cars look like that with the wheel well.
Well, the other thing you can do is, like the Mark II did, is they had a spat about that tall.
Yeah.
You know, all the way
Oh
around.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I
So
remember
it would-
Bernie's car.
Yeah, Bernie's was close.
Yeah.
But mine has a cutout like that on the Mark II, but then the racing cars, they cut it even further. There's about a 2-inch profile all the way around. And then the red car, the convertible,
Yeah.
has full spats all the way across. But that's only because it had steel wheels. And then when they sold them with wires, they actually filled this profile with a brass half round.
Okay.
So it had no spats at all.
Yeah, I still got to do a little bit of work there, obviously, to cap that door in, and the doors could be whatever. But yeah, it's coming. Just a little bit more
It's cool.
work. Yeah,
It's cool. It definitely is a conversation piece.
yeah. When is the big show? Or I say big show. When's the show down to
Windsor?
Yeah.
The 16th of July.
Oh, we won't make it. I'd pour the coal on, but
What's that?
I'd pour the coal on and try to get something done to it, but that's a little too close for me.
Yeah.
That's only a month away, isn't it?
Jeez, it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've registered for that. Originally, and I think it's still only open to club members,
Okay.
just because of the
okay.
COVID thing. And then it was supposed to be club members plus 1 guest,
Okay.
but I registered the Mark II with 3 guests, so we'll see. And then who knows, a month from now, maybe they're going to open it to the public.
Who knows? Well, I mean, let's face it, everybody's mingling now in it, so I can't see it hurting anything. Who knows? But yeah, just more work. So everything's been going good with you?
Yeah, everything's just chugging along,
Not back in the oil thing yet at all? Or that's kind of shut down?
No, it's ticking along. I think maybe the industry's waiting for.
It to crash?
Well, I mean, my goodness, oil is what, $120 a barrel. Nobody wants to talk about that, but but the problem is also for the past 7 or 8 years, the amount of oil we've been finding has been almost nil because at $30-40 a barrel, it's kind of hard to hire a rig at $500,000 a day and go out drilling, right?
Yeah.
So nobody's been doing that, right? So meanwhile, all the stocks have been depleting, And I mean, we've only done this 7 times in the past 60 years.
I just want to excuse you for 1 second. Jeff is an oil driller? Or?
A driller, yeah.
He's an
Offshore driller.
offshore driller, so that's why the conversation is going on, talking about oil. Go ahead.
Well, anyways, so I think you know, once the oil companies realize that COVID is subsiding, and I mean, they can't deny the fact that there's, you know, $120 for a barrel of oil. It's kind of hard to not go out and start drilling for more. And like I say, this is the 7th or 8th or 9th time we've done it in many decades. We always wait until it's almost too late, and then they run out and start drilling. But you also have the environmentalists and the new age to consider. So it's got to all balance out. But I want another chapter yet. You know.
Have you been working through it all?
No, it was the last time I worked as I went to Burma, just as the Prime Minister said, get home while you still can.
Okay.
And I ended up there for 6 weeks, and took us 6 days to get home. All the flights, all the airlines were shut down, and nobody was going anywhere. We figured we might end up in the Andaman Sea on a drilling rig for the next 3 months, waiting for things to subside. But we managed to wiggle our way home, and haven't gone anywhere since. You know.
Are you enjoying it home?
Oh yeah. I mean, well, geez, I guess we finished we did the Bugatti Wood, and I did a couple of Jags, and just finished Austin Healey 3000 dash for a guy in the car club.
Okay.
And
right on. Yeah. Keeping busy then.
Yeah, doing laundry and cooking meals and looking after the dogs, and
I understand completely.
Could be worse.
Could be.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Could have to be working.
Yeah. I have, what can I say? I never say it can't be any worse, because it can be.
Yeah.
Because it can be. That's
Absolutely.
for sure.
You guys been ticking right along. That's good.
We're just just continue on every day and just kind of keep chug. YouTube's treating us all right.
Yeah.
Everything's going well. We've got enough to we're fed. We've got enough to get a case of beer once in a while.
Hungry. You're not hungry.
Yeah.
Toronto show sounded like it was a neat event.
Yeah, it was cool. A lot of nice cars. I mean,
good people.
Yeah, like there's so many people that can do a nice job on a car. Like it's quite something actually. We've got a couple more shows that we're going to. We're going to Thunder Bay City Speedway, and then we're going to Australia in February.
Really?
We're going to Texas in November. Damn. Yeah, it's going well. Like I guess it's going well.
Can't beat that.
Yeah, I'm excited to go a few places. Meet other people and what they're doing, get ideas from other people. I did pick up a few ideas when I went to Toronto.
Oh, I bet you.
Yeah.
I bet that just happens, right? You want to get home and start working again.
It's nice for that, to go somewhere and see the work they've done, then be away from it for a little bit. And then
recharge your batteries and get some ideas. And
we went to what was it, Daytona.
Yeah.
We were at Daytona, and as soon as I got home, I went right on that console. I just kind of ran it and painted it, because I was excited to do something.
On Elvis,
yeah. That was a nice show. The turkey run. It wasn't their biggest one, but it was nice just to see cars for sale. Like, people were selling cars and buying cars, and
well, I bet you the energy was incredible, because nobody's had a chance to do anything for the past 2 years, right?
Well, what I can say is, on the news it said if we got there and if we went to any tavern or any establishment, we were probably 90% or 100% sure you were going to catch COVID when we went to Florida. But we shook more hands and handled more dirty money and took more pictures, and nothing. Like, and we went to a restaurant beside the motel every other day or every day, and we had a great time. Like, it was more, the people there were so welcoming. Like, it was hard to believe. Like, come on down to Florida. Come on down to Florida.
Well, I'm sure they would love to have you guys, right?
But you go somewhere else. We got enough. You can go home generally. But Florida was kind of like, come on down.
Keep coming.
Yeah, come on down and stay. But it was good. We got a little bit of, I don't know, say culture shock. We went to Miami. That was a little different. Yeah, I wasn't used to that, but it was good.
I think you sent me a couple of videos.
Yeah, it was good. Like, it was just kind of, and we got there in spring break. Yeah. and it was good. Yeah.
Mercy, mercy.
I wear more clothes when I go to bed than a lot of people wear down there. Wow, it's crazy. But it is what it is, and I guess if you're happy with yourself, no sense not being, I don't know what to say. It was all good.
We're Canadians, what can you say?
Yeah, we're Canadians. Yeah.
Cool.
Basically, I'm going to probably just scrub down some more welds on the damn thing and get some more rust off it and start getting it filled out so it looks like something. And I will say, one of the biggest taboos about welding up an old car is grinding too much off it. That's one of the biggest things. Like when you're,
well, I don't think a lot of people understand where to stop.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think I've done it myself many a times, but just grinding off too much is kind of.
See, I find it amazing. I watched you put the Bondo on to the other side here yesterday, and I think I'd put that Bondo on and take it off 72 times because I'd end up coming to the bottom of the ocean, the ocean floor again, right? But I see over here, you obviously know where it is, so you stay away from it.
Well, see, I got fiberglass here where that is. But basically, I can only go to the ocean floor wherever I can.
And you stop.
But in all honesty, you have to.
Yeah, you have to get this crest.
You need the shape. I mean, I don't want to go past the shape to get to the ocean floor.
Yeah.
I want to keep the shape that I got going on. But I got some fiberglass here where I did the seam here. I got the fiberglass here where I did the seam and a little bit of ocean floor there and some fiberglass here. So I know I'm really close to everything.
Yeah.
I guess
it's right here is the weld line.
Yeah.
See, I'd hit that every time. And
I want to be able to keep
well,
the shape.
Well, you want to make a nice smooth curve. Yeah.
It has to have enough shape to make it look right. And yeah. Generally, like on the front fender, I did a bunch of, like it had a bunch of rust on where they welded the holes up for the chrome on it.
Isn't that interesting?
And I sanded it first because I was going to add filler to it. But I took off so much filler. It was crazy how much filler I took off that I did not need.
Yeah.
That was just kind of.
It was on there.
Yeah, it was just on there. And once in a while you get adding it and it feels good and it feels nice and high, then you really don't realize what you have put on. But like I went down to the ocean floor, like where some metal places that I knew where it was hitting, just so I knew I had the least amount.
You had to find out where you're at.
Least amount as possible. But yeah, like it took me a long time to even get down to the metal, so it was nice to rip it down and then put my own on and start fresh again. Not saying that I haven't got too much on in some places, but sometimes you can get carried away, and when it's high, everything feels good. But when you start going down to where your metal is, that's when it really gets.
But you have the ability to see, feel.
Yeah, I kind of got the feel of it now. Like I can look at it now, and I know where I have to put it and where I don't have to put it.
Yeah.
Basically, sometimes. Most of the time. But it is a tricky process. You know, you get into it and you take too much off, you put too much on. It's a tricky process. And it's just over time you learn, you know.
See, I don't have the problem with woodworking.
No?
Take too much off, you're done. Can't put it back on.
You can't add a little glow?
No.
I'm going to have to add. I'm not sure what I'm going on here. Well, I sort of know. The window channel comes down here like this for the window. I'm going to weld a piece of metal on here. This is going to be my new window channel here.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Right along here. And I might even leave that for like a wind guard sort of, because the window can go in, lay on that, and then push down on.
Yes.
I might leave that there just to be something there. I like the peak in the center. But I'm actually going to make it a split window. Well, no, split window. Yeah, I'm going to make it a split window because I'm going to make this piece a flat piece and that side a flat piece.
2 flats.
And I'm just going to hammer and dolly this along the edge here and try to get that so it works. And then I'll have a piece of glass for the front window.
Yeah, I think July 16th isn't going to work for you.
Well, you know, if I said I would or was going to, I'd go for it. But I don't think it's necessary for me to work my bum off for that, is there, baby?
Yeah.
No, not even close.
Well, and it's getting warmer and it's summer. And
Jerry would want me to park this next to his green one.
I think it would look great right next to his green one. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
He wouldn't want that. Come on, baby. We have a friend named Jerry that has a green one that's like
beautiful.
Yeah, it's almost perfect, I would say. We even did a video on it, did we not? And we sat in it and everything. Like it's kind of a luxurious car. It is, and it would be in the condition. It'd be way above this one, but there's that old problem, you see, where people have never seen something like this before. They would probably lean on his to look at this.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but that's how it goes sometimes. The Green Goblin's not the prettiest car, that's for sure. But when we took it to a show, we had people leaning on the car next to it to look at it. And
look at it, and look at it,
and look at it.
It's
and
just, there's
people,
so much to look at, right?
People wasn't very happy with people leaning on their car to look at another car. It was kind of, whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But I'm having fun with it, you know. I'm having fun. I want to get the body, you know, like I said, tied together. And then I have my sights on something else.
No.
Yes, I do.
Already?
Yeah. Well, I got so many cars in the door. I got a few cars in the dooryard that need attention, and they're screaming at me. Give me a little bit of attention. Give me a little bit of attention, and I might give it to it. Who knows? Next week we'll be painting a Fiero. So we're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to do a paint job in a week or so. We're just going to tear it apart and clean it up. It's Jolene's stepdaddy. And we're going to clean his car up and paint it for him, just for, you know.
Something to do?
Well, yeah, try to be a nice guy and help person out. And we've got time to do that, so we'll go for it.
Excellent.
Yeah, we'll do that. But yeah,
cool.
Everything's going good. All right, everybody. I got a frog in my throat. We'll check you later, and I'm just going to keep working on this. I got the side to grind off on the other side, all the metal on the other side to grind off, the weld, and then I'll be cleaning it up with the stripper wheel. I'll sand all the edges. I just want to show exactly what I'll do, actually. I'll sand all this primer. This primer has a guide coat on it. I just cleaned this off because it was the rust with the stripper wheel. I had a little pinhole, so we just filled it full there. I'll sand that with the sander like this, so it's roughed up, so that everything will stick. This is a 2-part polyester primer, I would say. And we'll scratch all this metal. This metal, you would never want to put body fill just on that metal like that. You'd want to scratch it off, so I'll take a DA and scratch it up like this, so it's good and coarse, so it sticks nice. We'll sand this part with a sander so it's sanded before we apply anything. I just want to grind off this and grind off some of the bottom of the door. Sand around where it's got the filler on it, sand that off, get some sanding done on this, make it look like that. And then I can get some fiberglass first, and then we'll put some body filler on it after that. And we'll probably even do a video of it, no doubt in my mind, just to show you how I do it, that's all. We got the gas door welded up, the marker light welded up, still got to grind that off. You can see we got a little bit of rust going here. There's going to have to be a patch put in that, no doubt in my mind, because it's obviously breaking out. It's a good thing where I left it outdoors. I know where it's bad and where it's good. You know, you can tell. If the bottom of the door was broke out, it would have broke out on us by now. But it has not, so we should be good. All right, check you later and have a good one, and come back, and we'll do it again.